We'll now hear from Congressman Scott Murphy, who served New York's 20th Congressional District.
Thanks, Sean. We've all seen the numbers. Public confidence in and support of our elected officials is at all-time lows. Why is that? Well, of course, there are many reasons. But one of the main reasons is because they know, Americans know, that the system is rigged. And it's not rigged for them. They see a tax code so riddled with deductions and exceptions and tax breaks and exemptions, they know those things go to the connected few. They see tens of millions of dollars going secretly into super PACs, weighing in here and there, having an impact on the outcome of elections as important as our presidential election that's going on right now. They know those donors want more than just a certain outcome. They want access and they want influence. And voters are frustrated with this. They're fed up. New Yorkers show this frustration. We heard this earlier. We are now 48th of 50 states in voter participation. That's because our voters are frustrated and fed up with this system. Polls show overwhelming bipartisan support for getting this special interest money out of our electoral system. Right here, we see the Siena poll that came out last month. Republicans, Democrats, independents, they all agree. It's time to get the special interest money out of our election process. And right now we have an opportunity to do that because we have a governor, in Governor Cuomo, who's come out and said he's willing to fight to make this change. Last month in the State of the State, he brought it up. He made an impassioned call for people to get involved and to change this broken campaign system that we have right now. And we, the three of us that are here today on the phone, and the dozens of other leaders, business and civic leaders of New York Lead, are here to answer that call and to support the governor, along with the rest of the coalition, to make this a reality right now. And our group isn't a typical political group. It's made up of academics and ambassadors. It's made up of entrepreneurs and investors. It's made up of people from big companies and people from small startups. And it shows this isn't a partisan issue. We've got Democrats, Republicans, independents, all fired up about making a change in this broken system that we have right now. Now, under New York's current system, you can donate $60,000. You heard Fritz just say that's 12 times what you can donate to the presidential election of someone. That is a broken setup. To the housekeeping accounts for our political parties, unlimited donations. That's what's broken here in New York. It's time for us to change a system. This system right now is built for the big donor. It's not built for the average voter. I know firsthand how much this impacts what elected officials do, how much time as an elected official you spend reaching out to and soliciting and talking to these donors and these special interest groups. That's time that you could better spend talking to constituents, hearing from a lot more voters about what their actual problems are and what's going on in their communities. That's time that we need to give our elected officials to do a better job representing us. Now, how would the new system work? We would shrink the limits down and we would match those small dollar donations. Amplify the voice of every American that wants to get involved. That way that $10, that $50, that $100 contribution has more of an impact, and that voice gets heard in our political system. That's the change that's going to make a real difference. It's going to get people involved in campaigns. It's going to incentivize people to pay more attention and to take action because they're going to know that their involvement can make a difference. And it's also going to shrink the power of those special interest groups. They're going to be less outsized in our politics going forward. In my experience, getting out and talking to those people and raising those small dollars brings a lot of great ideas to you as an elected official. Ideas that you wouldn't necessarily hear if you only talked to the well-organized, the big money special interest group that spends so much time trying to get in front of you and to get access to talk to you. Now, in addition, campaign finance reform and this kind of a system will open up the candidate pool. Right now, you've got to be an incumbent or someone with a lot of wealthy friends to have much chance to run a competitive race. But under a system where we amplify the power of those small donors, we allow a lot more people to be competitive, to have the financial resources to compete in our electoral system. And that is going to be good for everyone in New York because that is going to bring forward more involvement, more activity, and more ideas into the marketplace. You know, this Sunday night, I was sitting at home watching the Grammys, and I saw an amazing sight. So a 23-year-old woman, nobody had ever heard of a couple years ago, swept the awards. Best album, best song, best recording. It's like, where did this come from? She's not part of the music elite. She's not somebody that came through the system. Her mom and dad weren't, famous TV stars. She's not somebody who fits the typical profile of a pop star that everybody wants to see on stage. She's got a beautiful, powerful, incredibly impassioned voice. She put it out there on YouTube, she got discovered, and the rest is history. Now everybody knows who Adele is, the biggest winner in the Grammys this year. I think that's a perfect parallel for what we're trying to do. We want to open up the system. Let more voices be heard. Let that new voice come out that nobody's ever heard of, that's not from a traditional source, that doesn't have access to money to get involved in politics, but that can get discovered if they get out and they talk to people, they build that grassroots campaign. A system like this will amplify that voice, and we will find that we've got amazing voices all across New York, just like we found with Adele, that will bring something new and different and better to our political life. And as a result of those new voices getting heard with a better campaign system, we will all be better for it. New York will be a better place to live, and we'll have a better government.